Hey guys, this is part 10 to What If Naruto Was OP and Neglected. If you guys hear background noise, sorry, my two nephews are over right now and they tend to be kind of loud at times. What else? I came up with or I didn't come up with the name, but somebody commented a name for the Kage of the Land of Demons and I'm gonna use it. What's called? The name is the Akuma Kage, and Akuma translates to demon slash devil in English. So yeah, I think that's a good name. The person commented his name is deported on Wii, so thank you to that, or thank you to him. I'll put his name. I might blur out the parts of the comments because uh he also says something else that I was kind of planning to do, but and since he commented it, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do it because yeah. But it'll be a spoiler, so I'm just gonna like either crop it or blur it out. So in the last part, I left off where Naruto is about to fight all the Kages, and I'm only gonna really focus on two, which is gonna be the Hokage and the Raikage, because the Kazekage isn't Gar right now at the time. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a little bit after, I guess, for now, and yeah. Even though it's like a few months before Shippuden, so I'm gonna say there's like a kind of a stand-in Kage for now before Gara, and yeah, so it's mainly gonna be the what's it called Raikage and the Hokage that I'm gonna be focusing on, and with the Raikage, he's just gonna want really Naruto to prove his speed to him, and they would do this by having a race, and what's it called Naruto would tell the Raikage that he better power up if he wants even someone a chance to beat me, and the Raikage says, "Sure, I've seen a little bit of your strength, so uh, I I for sure want to power up." And the Raikage says, "What about you? Are you going to power up?" And Naruto says, "No, that would just be unfair." And the Raikage kind of gets mad at this comment, but yeah, and it says kind of like, "This should be easy. Look at him. He's just a kid, a cocky one at that." And so they'll start off, and by the time the Raikage like is halfway there, or like by the time they start running, what's called Naruto is already there eating a sandwich and reading a book, and the Raikage says, "How? You did not run that. There's no way." And then what's called Naruto says, "Well, I just did, and it took so long, so I went to go make a sandwich, and I went to go get the newest book of what's called Jiraiya's series, and even though he doesn't like Jiraiya, he likes his books." And so yeah, um, he would go, he would say that, and the Raikage would just be like impressed and mad that he didn't have to power up, and he asked Naruto if he can power up and race, and Naruto says, "Sure, I'll power all the way up." And this power up is where he himself also uses his thunder chakra to make him go faster, along with KCM 2 or Six Path KCM 2, and it would be just a mixture of all of them. And Naruto would activate his Uzumaki Eye, and in a way copy the Raikage's movement speed and add it to himself, and they would see the eye and go, and for sure Miyato would have said, "Wait a minute, isn't that the Uzumaki Eye?" And Miyato has heard stuff about it due to Kushina being an Uzumaki, and the rest is like, "The what eye?" And Miyato said it's the Uzumaki Eye created by the Uzumaki clan. It's one of the most powerful dojutsus that a person can have, and would say, "Naruto, how did you get this?" And Naruto says, or he would like to say, "Well, I can't really say," and would just go back to the race and go, "Okay, Raikage, are you ready?" And Naruto would go, "Sure." And Naruto said, "Three, 2, 1," and it'd be so weird because Naruto at this point is faster than anything. Like he is faster than anything you can possibly think of, and the point where like when he runs, he's like faster than sound, faster than light, and it's like crazy how fast he can go. And this time he went to go. He like got a whole entire buffet, came back with food, and gave them to each of the Kages. And said, "Here, I got this for you while I was running." And the Rat Kage wasn't even halfway there by the time Naruto had done all that, and we were just impressed at Naruto, but like also kind of scared because if that's and he says that might not even be his full power. He might just be lying just to not show it. And he even says there's no way that's his full power because he doesn't even look exhausted. He just looks as if he what's it called? He basically just walked. And so yeah. And then next up would be all the other Kages one at a time. Again, I'm not really going to focus on them. No matter what they are, who they are, Naruto is easily able to beat them. And the last one he's facing is Minato. And what's called Minato, like at this point, remember, he doesn't feel hatred for Naruto anymore. He doesn't really fear him. And mainly just regrets the way he treated him. And they would start fighting. And it would start off. It was a really good fight. Like I like not good enough at the point where I can describe it. Like, or no, it was good, but I'm not good at describing fights that much. So yeah, just try to imagine the best fight you know, but with Naruto versus Minato. And again, Naruto doesn't really like trying. He likes to challenge himself, so he puts limiters on himself, and only takes them off whenever like it's a really big threat. And so what's called I'm gonna say at one point Naruto, like, okay, never mind. So Minato knocks Naruto to the ground, and then he gets Rasengan and tries to uh Rasengan him, but that's when Naruto kicks him up into the air, and then jumps up and is about to Rasengan him this time to the ground. But that's when Minato teleports right behind him this time, and goes, and then gets like a really big Rasengan and just hits Naruto with it. But then, as soon as he hits it and holds it, like it goes right through him. But then all of a sudden it just goes poof, and Minato realizes that that was just a shadow clone the whole entire time, and that's when the real Naruto makes a bunch of what's called whole bunch of shadow clones and a whole bunch of different kind of clones actually, and just do a whole bunch of clones. But make sure that it's not enough to kill Minato because he's a Kage, so if he kills him, that might start war, and he doesn't want any sort of war. He just wants peace. And so Naruto basically just kind of knocks Minato out, but Minato soon gets up, and then Naruto is declared the winner, of course. And what's called? They're kind of walking back, and Minato tells Naruto that he's sorry for the way he treated him when he was a small kid, and that he just didn't know how to treat him because if he's being honest, or he says if I'm being honest, I was kind of scared of you because of your features, because I thought that the Nine Tails could have easily taken you over, and I just was always fearful of you. And would just say I'm sorry. And then Naruto said, "It's okay, no problem, Lord Fourth." And this would hurt like Minato, because Naruto doesn't call Minato dad or anything. He just says Lord Fourth as if he's just some other Kage and just like a stranger. And Naruto, of course, did this on purpose because Naruto already declared long ago that he doesn't view Minato as a father figure, and has basically a fiance and a mother-in-law that cares a lot about him and a lot of friends. And so yeah. And so then when they get back, before all of them leave, Naruto would say, "And as I promised, if you guys like, you can visit my village, all of you guys at the same time around next week." And all of them would agree to come on the same day and go experience how the village is and all the rumors about it. And so yeah, and in between that time, Naruto would have had an idea, but he himself and a lot of people don't even actually know how to do it, and he's never seen it for himself. So he goes to Orochimaru to learn the ninjutsu that he wants. And at first, Orochimaru was like really scared of Naruto because he remembers him from the first training exams. And Orochimaru is still alive, of course. No matter, he would probably find a way. And Naruto would say, "I have a proposal for you, Orochimaru." And then Orochimaru says, "I'm listening." And Naruto would basically just ask him to teach him the reanimation jutsu, and he'll let him and all his people live in the village, and would even help Orochimaru find a way to basically be immortal and live forever, and would help him out with all of his abilities. He can probably find something, and Orochimaru would agree. And now the Sound Ninja are moving into the the land of demons. So this is like in between from where Naruto fought the Kage, and in between where the Kage are gonna come over. So it's somewhere in between that week. And Naruto eventually he catches it pretty quickly because it's called all Orochimaru had to do was just kind of show him what to do, what he knows about it, what he needs, and what what's called I sorry, I forgot what it's called. And oh yeah, and Naruto would actually find a way during those weeks to do like in between those weeks to would find out how to actually perform the reanimation jutsu in between those weeks, and he would actually be able to perfect it to the point where it's almost a full copy, and he would even be able to like change how old they are, like whether it was in their prime or if they died young, it can be in their future. Died old, it can be when they were a kid, and basically would be able to do something along those lines. And then Naruto and would save this for later, and all the Kages would come over along with a few of their ninjas. For the Leaf Village, it's going to be Minato, Kushina, and Menma. Menma didn't really want to come, but Minato wanted him just to come experience, the village for himself. And it was called, with the Raikage, it would be, what's his name? Oh yeah. So basically, Octopops or the Eight Tails, it would be him, and I'm pretty sure he has a team. So yeah, be all them. And it's called with who else? Who came with the Kazukage? That would just be Gaara, his sister, and his brother. And the Kazukage right now, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it wouldn't be his dad because I'm pretty sure his dad would have already died. So it's just kind of a stand-in. And Gaara is just a little tiny bit older. And so yeah. And then what else? Yeah, and then other Kages would just come with some of their ninjas, and that's basically it for that. And they'd give him a tour. Oh yeah, also Jiraiya and Tsunade would come along with the Leaf Village, and Naruto would show all of them around and treat them with respect. Even Minato, because he's a Kage, so he doesn't want to disrespect the Kage no matter who he is, and just to make sure that no war or anything starts between small things. And Naruto would show all them around. Would show them a casino, which Tsunade would drop out or would kind of go away from the group, and then go into the casino. She'd walk in and just be mesmerized by all the things that are in there, everything, and what's called Naruto would show a bathhouse which was ginormous. There was a part for specific girls, guys, and a middle part where if you're comfortable with it, boys and girls. And Jiraiya would go, now this is my style, and then just would walk in, and you'd just hear girls scream, and what's called they would continue the tour. And eventually get to everywhere, and Naruto says you guys can stay as long as you want, and most of them agree that they'll only be staying there for like a day or two. and because they had to get back to their villages either way. And Naruto agrees, and yeah, they basically just enjoy it, but they're all just like dang, that this village, it's it's huge, and like it's crazy how huge it is. And yeah, so and all of them would kind of just be scared because they've seen some of their ninjas, and there are ninjas that were like really high on the bingo book, and just like high level ninjas, and there's a lot of ninjas on top of that, just like even normal ones, and they'd be kind of scared because Naruto could probably take any village that he wants to. And yeah, so they're kind of fearful of Naruto, but try not to show it that much. And then eventually, I'm just gonna skip ahead to when they leave, and they hold a secret Kage summoning, or secret meeting. And right now, it's the village elders, Minato, and then along with every single other Kage, and all the Kages would agree, because remember, it's not Gaara right now. What's called all the Kages except for Minato, at least for sure, would agree that they need a um do something about Naruto's village. That's a really big threat right now, because if something happens, Naruto can easily just win, and they needed to at least join together and take down Naruto's village. And they agree. They really agree to this, except for Minato. Minato doesn't have a problem with Naruto's village and says, "I don't think Naruto is the type of person. I treated him badly while he was growing up, but he isn't the type of person who wants revenge, especially now. I've seen him. He has a wife, or he has a fiance that he loves, and he wouldn't risk anything to hurt that or anything along the lines." But they don't want to listen to Minato, and especially the elders. I'm gonna say also the elders went and they saw all this, and yeah, they think he's a really big threat and would force Minato to agree. But Minato, even afterwards, would say that he's not participating in the fight or in the war at all. Yeah, and so within the week, um, they start preparing. Well, one person was actually listening to this, and so that'd be Obito, because I'm gonna say that Naruto found out that they're holding a secret Kage meeting without him, and would send Obito to come way over there and just you know listen in to see if there's anything important that he's missing. And Obito would report straight back and would tell Naruto that they're planning on starting a war, and would attack all the great villages, would attack Naruto's village. And Naruto would go, I see. And he would load up as few troops as possible, and mainly the strongest one, which would be himself, Sasuke, Sakura, Obito, Zabuza, Haku, Orochimaru, Itachi. Those are really going to be the only people that will be fighting, and he would spread them. Since there's around 8 people, he would put 2 on each side of the villages, or each corners. Actually, no, I'm gonna say he's gonna put 1 person on each corner and 1 person in between, like each corner, like in the middle, and would keep guard the next few weeks. Or people would keep guard, and right when right when they would attack, Naruto would send out everybody, and Naruto and Sasuke would be fighting in the front, where they predict most of the Kages will be. And Kakashi actually hears about a war starting against Naruto's village, and would think that this is wrong and there's no point of fighting at all, that it's so for nothing. He's seen Naruto and knows that he wouldn't resist anything and wouldn't want to start a war. And so Kakashi grabs out the kunai that Naruto gave him and pumps chakra into him, which alerts Naruto. And Naruto, what's it called, teleports right to Kakashi and asks, "What is it, Kakashi?" And Kakashi would tell him how, do you guys know that there's a war starting against you guys? And Naruto says, "Yes." And what's called Kakashi says, I think now it's time for me to go with you guys. I don't want to fight in this war. And the the elders and the elders are idiots for wanting to do this, and all the other Kages. And what's called Kakashi also says, by the way, Minato is not going to be fighting. He agreed that he will not be fighting you or any of your villagers. And Naruto will be, so he's pretty smart, or he's actually decently smart then. And what's called, and he also said, but knowing my brother, he's going to be out there fighting too, because he would love some revenge, something, or to do something. And yeah, so they would come back, and Naruto says, well, either way, I was planning on getting you pretty soon, because I actually have a surprise for both you and Obito. And what's called, Naruto says, and Kakashi says, oh, well, can I know? And Naruto says, no, they don't want to reveal themselves just yet, but I will pretty soon. And Kakashi hears this and go, so it's a person. And what's called, and he would actually be reviving, and Naruto, as I said earlier, learned the reanimation jutsu, and he is reviving two people that he knows of due to Naruto, or due to Kakashi and Obito's memories that he took, or not took, but that he looked into and looked at everything. And so he knows where to get everything that he needs. He got two old root members that are still, or I'm just going to say two random criminals that were doing pretty bad things, and then would use both of them. And what's called, and out would come the two people that I revived. I'm pretty sure you guys already probably guessed it. Would be Rin and the white fanged, I think White Fang Fox, or Kakashi's dad. And what's called Naruto. They would both like open their eyes and says, "Where are we?" And Naruto says, "Don't worry about it, just get in here." And he would summon the King of Hell, and they wouldn't want to get in, but then Naruto would force them into. And with Kakashi's dad, he had him at a little bit more of a younger age, and with all of his memories either way. And Naruto would make her a little bit more older, to around Kakashi or Obito's age. And yeah, so then they would both come out perfectly fine and like basically back to life due to the Demon King, or the King, Demon King would be able to fix them up. And yeah, so that was like a day before Kakashi went to call, and Kakashi would come back to Naruto's village, and they would go get Obito, and Obito would ask, "What are we going to go do, Naruto?" And Naruto would say, "Well, just follow me to my house. There's two people that have been wanting to meet each one of you." And what's called, Naruto told them where they are, what year it is, and that they has to be that they both want to see, but they had to stay in their house for now. And it was called, Rin and Kakashi's dad would both agree. And yeah, so they would basically agree to wait out in Naruto's house because they feel like they can trust Naruto. And what's called, but Naruto does say, well, if I'm being honest, I revived you for specific people, and you guys probably already know who they're pretty close friends to me now, and you're people that they miss a lot, and I would like to help them with that. And what's called, after that they both basically knew who he was talking about, and that Rin knew he was talking about Obito and Kakashi, while the White Fang knew that he was talking about his son Kakashi. And so what's called, Naruto would make a shadow clone and have that shadow clone teleport right to his house and say that, and explain to him that the two people that they want them to meet are coming this way, along with the real me. And that's what the shadow clone say. And he'll also tell them that when you hear your guys' names, come out and open the door, okay? And they would both agree. And what's called, Naruto and the shadow clone would say, So with you, I'm gonna say come out Rin, and then I'm gonna say come out White Fang, and then you two just come out. Do you guys got that? And once again, they would nod, and what's called, they would, and that clone would disperse, and Naruto would be near his house, and then it's called Naruto say, okay, you two can come out now, Rin and White Fang, or Rin and Kakashi's dad, whichever one he wants to say. And so as soon as they both hear Rin and White Fang, they're just like, wait a minute, no, there's no way. And then out comes Rin and Kakashi's dad, and it's called, like, Obito runs straight to Rin, and Kakashi just like stumbled, like, who do I run to? Do I run to Rin or my dad? Do I run to both? And he just like doesn't even know what to do, but he just, all he knows is he feels like crying, and he goes instantly to go hug both of them, and it was kind of be a group hug, and it was called, Kakashi's dad would say, I'm sorry I had to leave you so soon, Kakashi, but you're going to find young old man. And it was called, Kakashi would go, or Kakashi would just like smile, and he felt like a kid again, and would overall just be happy. And then it was called, Kakashi would say, I'm so sorry, Rin, I never meant to, I didn't want to do that, I didn't mean to do that. And then said, it's okay, I forced myself to, that none of it's your fault. And Obito also says, I'm also so sorry, Rin, I was going down the wrong path, I don't know what I was going to do soon, all because I didn't know all the details. And Rin said again, it's okay, Obito, you're on the right path now, and that's what matters. It's called. And they would ask how long do they have to stay, or they would ask Naruto how long can they be here in the real world, and Naruto says forever. They're fully back to life now. They have blood, they have everything, all the memories. They're just, some just look older and some look younger, and they would both be like happy. And Kakashi would decide to stay alongside with his dad and with Rin and Obito, and along with Team 7. So yeah, and Naruto Naruto would instantly already have a house for Obito and Rin, and one for Kakashi and his dad, and they would be like relatively like right next to each other. And yeah, so uh what else? Yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna leave out this video, and the next part is gonna be where basically in a Great Ninja War will be starting, all the Great Ninja villages versus Naruto's village. So yeah, I'm probably gonna make and upload that tomorrow or the day after, depends when I have time to do it. So yeah, and once again, if you guys haven't seen the What If Naruto Was, or Travel Back in Time with Sasuke, please go watch that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.